Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Bloodborne. And this is a screener that I got a chance to check out, and this is from writer-director Reed Schusterman, and focuses on a Rosemary's Baby type story of you have this couple, Michaela and Eric, played by Rosie Moss and Anton Perry, and what we get in terms of this couple is they've had 4 miscarriages, they can't have a child, and then they loop in the Foundation, which is this strange organization, and you have Melanie Hayes, who's this old, sweet, genuine old lady who's just like, hey, I'm going to help you have a kid in a week, and all you have to do is feed it blood. And she's so sweet and genuine that they have to believe her, right? Suspension of disbelief does not go very far in this movie because, honestly, a lot of these characters are really gullible. Either so desperately gullible that they'll just believe anything to make sure that she gets a child. That's really, unfortunately, what Michaela turns out to be, is just basically anything to have a kid. And it's just like, no matter how dumb her character is, how gullible she is, and it pushes her to some really dark places. This film does have some really dark moments, there's some disturbing imagery, and those are the things that worked best that Schusterman is able to put into this film. The tricky thing is, though, there's not a whole lot of suspense going on, because over the course of this hour and a half, they don't leave a whole lot to imagination. We already kind of know exactly what's going on because this organization isn't doing a great job of hiding it. So there's not a whole lot of tension of like, but what's really going on here? It's so on the nose and so obvious that there's no tension there. And it just leaves our main characters left open to just be complete idiots that you're just like, I can't believe they're like falling into this trap. And over the course of this film, with a lack of tension, some stiff acting, except for Haynes, she's really sweet and genuine. There is some stiff acting, the sound mixing's a little off, and it really takes you out of the film. And there's a mixed bag of like, there's some creepy effects done, and there's some other ones with like their CGI red eyes look silly and take you right out of the movie. And there's not a whole lot of surprises here. This film kind of leans into the same kind of step-by-step process of better films like Rosemary's Baby and leaves you with a sense of lacking in resolution towards the end of this film that I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like the ending because it just kind of like, yeah, that's it. There you go. You did it. And it's just like, but at what cost? What does this mean? Like, do we really support this? And it felt hard. Like, you understand why they want this child so bad, and that's tough. You get a whole entire sequence early in the film with the two of them at this support group, which is probably the most genuine emotional thing in the film. But they're just so gullible, and like, how do you not suspect something crazy is going to happen if you agree to do this? And of course they agree to do it, and something crazy happens. Surprise! And in the end, I just felt like this film was a lot of wasted potential, because this had an interesting idea, but leaned too heavily into deriving a lot of it from other better films. And also, there's a lot of things that didn't really click about it, and that lack of suspense and tension really leaves you wanting more out of this cinematic experience. And in the end, I feel like this is going to be one of those films like there's so many bad seed movies out there, and this one's kind of just going to be fallen to the wayside without a whole lot of attention and not a whole lot of a following. But those are my thoughts on Bloodborne. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.